I don't have to tell you things are bad. Everybody knows things are bad. Everybody's out of work or scared of losing their job. The dollar buys a nickel's worth. Banks are going bust. Shopkeepers keep a gun under the counter. Punks are running wild in the street, and there's nobody anywhere who seems to know what to do, and there's no end to it. The air is unfit to breathe, and our food is unfit to eat. And we sit watching our TVs while some local newscaster tells us that today we had 15 homicides and 63 violent crimes, as if that's the way it's supposed to be. We know things are bad, worse than bad. It's like everything everywhere is going crazy, so we don't go out anymore. We sit in the house, and slowly the world we're living in is getting smaller, and all we say is, please, at least leave us alone in our living rooms. Let me have my toaster and my TV and my steel-belted radios, and I won't say anything. Just leave us alone. Well, I'm not going to leave you alone. I want you to get mad. I don't want you to protest. I don't want you to riot. I don't want you to write to your congressman, because I wouldn't know what to tell you to write. I don't know what to do about the depression and the inflation and the Russians and the crime in the street. All I know is that first, you've got to get mad. You've got to say, I'm a human being. God damn it. My life has value. So, I want you to get up now. I want all of you to get up out of your chairs. I want you to get up right now and go to the window, open it, and stick your head out and yell, I'm as mad as hell, and I'm not going to take this anymore.
Welcome to a whole total nother episode. Total nother episode. This is a total nother episode. English doesn't matter here or there. My head hurts after sitting through that council meeting. Everybody in the comments asking if everybody's mad. Yeah, I'm mad. I'm just over it all, really. I think that's the thing. I'm tired of all of these people. This meeting lasted... so the meeting got started at 7 p.m. Actually, the nonsense started at 6:15. They had about a 30-minute meeting starting at 6:15. It took a couple minutes break. Then they had a public hearing that started at 6:45, and that lasted for exactly 3 minutes. And then they took a break. And then they started the council meeting at 7 p.m. But damn, like, they don't actually get to the meat of the meeting. It takes them like an hour before they can even get to the meat of the meeting. They've got so much like glad handing and just patting each other on the back and doing that stupid shit where they tell each other how important they are and how great each other is. And people get up, and I guess it's not something that's happened to me. I want you all to know this. I want you to know this. It's not something that has happened to me over time. I often joke that I am either a sunshiny person with asshole tendencies, or I'm an asshole with sunshiny, happy person tendencies. And it's about a horse apiece. Like, it doesn't really matter. It's the same thing. But the older I get, I feel like the more I realize, no, I'm just an asshole. And I can be happy. Like, I can't wait until I'm 75 and I'm finally old enough to just be the grumpy asshole that I have been my entire life. Like, when I'm not happy and smiley, like, that's a front I put on. I'm not a happy person. I smile a lot, and I smile like people annoy me. It really pisses me off stupid people annoy me. You know, my most favorite superhero for my entire life has been Superman. Until I realized that Hannibal the Cannibal ate rude people. He was a serial killer, and his target wasn't women or kids or men, you know, black men or, you know, Asians or whatever. He didn't like rude people. And when I found that out, I was like, dude, that guy's a badass. Because me, it's like rude people, but it's also stupid people. And it's not like I feel like I'm smarter than other people. It's just a common sense thing. I don't like people that are fake. That's the reason I don't like most politicians. I don't like people that do the thing where they put on, and it's just a put on like that. It really gets under my skin. And watching tonight's council meeting, it just was so much of that. So Brandon Garrett, all of a sudden found a voice. He talked more tonight in this one single meeting than he has talked in the last 20 years of his life. You know, I found that to be interesting. That's right, Pam. That's right, Pamela. Sorry, I don't know if you shortened it or not. I did. I shouldn't have. Pamela, thank you. Yeah, that's right. If you're here, like the show. Like the show. Smash the like button. Do all of that stuff. That would be fantastic. Let us know that you love us. Hey, Kate is back. She's here doing the thing that she does. Well, she's not specifically here right now. She's away from the table. I think she went to go get like tea or put somebody to bed, or I don't know what she's doing, but she is here. So she's joining us. So thank you to producer Kate for being there. Thank you all for tuning in and watching. This is the 483rd episode of the podcast. It's a total nother episode. I wish he would have said that before I titled this episode. The title of this episode is Political Theater Rot. And I mean like actual rot, like decay, mold, death, just black. These people are so mindless, man. It is hard. It's literally hard to watch these idiots. It really is difficult. Isn't it strange, Cat? I'm going to shorten your name from What the Cat Dragged into just Cat. That's where you are. Isn't it strange? It is like that. It's like he's now all of a sudden 30 days, boom, he went from being someone completely not thought of. They did the Republican Party that right now or no one considered him whatsoever. He was somebody that nobody gave any thought to. Didn't care about his opinions, didn't care about what he said. Half the time, it was just complete weirdness. He's one of those people that's like repeats everything that someone else says and then repeats what he says all the time. We really need better what was it that what they were talking about? Zoning or something. We need better zoning opportunity. We need better zoning opportunities. We need better zoning opportunities. I don't like that it's been this way since 1973. I don't like that it's been this way since 1973. Dude, one time we got it, bro. The other thing that's strange to me is I know why Brandon left the Democratic Party. I know why, because he told me. We spoke on the phone, and Brandon told me why he left the party. Now, a couple episodes ago, last week, I gave him until tonight to appear on the show. Did he get a hold of me on Thursday? No. Did he get a hold of me on Friday? No. Did we talk on Saturday? No. Did he appear on last night's show? No. I can't remember what I said. Did I say if he didn't come on by tonight, I would say why he left? Did I say that? I'm going to have to go back and watch that episode. I don't know if I said that or not. Alva's saying I did, and he's kind of like the unofficial ombudsman. So I feel like I did say that. I believe that. I believe you. I don't remember. It's been a couple days. He doesn't know anything, Kid Rock. I love it. So what? It's just crazy to me that he seemed really into like letting everybody know that he's on the Republican side now. I'm a Republican now. Hey, look at me. I love the mayor. I'm a Dan Attic. All of a sudden, when he used to like rep it hardcore with Jerry Dishman. Now, did y'all catch Jerry Dishman at the end of that meeting calling the mayor up and giving him a little pat on the back? Now, listen, I don't have a problem with people. I give Ridenhour attaboys when he deserves them. So I'm not going to bust their heads for, telling the mayor an attaboy. I think it's kind of weird because the skate park was like not the mayor's baby. The skate park was like Rose Selvey. I want to say the skate park is, yes, Alva, that's pretty much a guarantee, brother. That's pretty much a guarantee, bro. So this meeting, yeah, Dan does rarely deserve it. But when he does, I'm okay with it. So before we get into the whole Muncie meeting stuff, first off, I have to say that I've been hearing pretty good reports around that pretty much everybody is complying with the new video law. I've had a question about Randolph County, and we'll go take a deep dive here really quickly to see if I can find Randolph County and their live streaming meeting from today. I don't know if they did or not. Randolph County government. They all make it so weird. They make it like they give themselves weird ass names, and so it's not like I remember, dude. Listen, when I first moved to Winchester, I'm gonna write it here. Some of you know this, but when I live in Muncie currently, but for those of you that are new here. In about 2010, I moved to Winchester. I moved out of Muncie and I moved to Winchester. And I lived in Winchester from 2010 to 2019. I moved back to Muncie in 2019. But the city of Winchester literally had a website under the following name. I'm gonna put it up here for you. Okay, I can't even. Cannot wait till you guys. Some of you people probably know this, but I don't know if all of you do. And this is, anytime I talk about this, it's so amazing. I'm going to put this up on the screen. Please understand, I swear to all of you, I swear, this is 100% truthful. I am not lying when I put this up on the screen. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. This was their website. The city, an actual honest to God, living, breathing government of close to 5, at the time, almost 6,000 people. Maybe not that many. Maybe 5,500. www.cityofwincheste, no r.com. And I remember asking the mayor at the time, what is going on with the city website? And what he told me was, like, the city of Winchester, Pennsylvania, or whatever, has the cityofwinchester.com. So we just left the R off. This is how these government people think. That's like, I'm like, dude, who set up your website for you? Joshua Kimbrell? Who in the hell sets up a professional city government website missing a letter? They're like, well, that's bad. I'm like, you couldn't have done the city of Winchester IN? You couldn't have done Winchester, Indiana? You thought that the absolute cityofwinchester.com, it's taken. Damn. What's the very next best thing we could do? Well, we'll just leave the W off. Dude, that's what's these people. And it's no different. And I'm going to tell you, it's worse today than it was then. These people are only getting up. They're only getting dumber. Garrett will end up with a cushy appointed spot if he doesn't get reelected next time. I disagree with that. So I'm going to tell you what's going on. I'm going to tell you what's going on with Garrett. Admiral. I'm going to tell you what's going on. They're going to use Garrett and Jerry if he switches, or whoever else comes on over. It's like Red Rover. Send another Democrat on over. They're going to use them up. They're going to use them to flip the council, because that's the only thing. This is something that is a big concern right now. Woo, the Republicans got to control the council. The mayor's got the mayor's office, and he's a Republican, and we need to have a Republican council. A Republican council that's made up of 3 Democrats, bro. That's not a Republican council. It's a Republican council with some people that didn't like aspects of what the new Delaware County Democratic Party is about. That's all. What I don't understand is it's not like these people in 30 or 60 or 90 days, bam, they become Republican after being literally Democrats for all of their life. How old is Jerry Dishman? How old do we say Jerry Dishman is? He's not 70. He's probably 65. Okay, if he's 65, he has been a Democrat for every bit of 67 years. That dude is as hardcore Democrat. And now when I mean Democrat, I mean the old kind of Democrat. The Democrats that believe in God's law. He believes in just various many gods out there. No, I don't think that's Jerry. The old kind of Democrats that believe in God. I was thinking guns. That believe in God, country, hard work, personal values, family, those type of things. But what I want to know, and this is something that Brandon and I didn't talk about, and I would really like to ask him, did someone tell him to shut up? Did someone tell Brandon, you better not talk on the council? Because my question is, why has he sat there quietly? Why has he sat there quietly for the last 2.5, 3 years, however long he's been on council, 4 years now, and not really said a damn thing? And then all of a sudden now tonight, he's like, boom, out of his shell. He's talking, he's saying things. Not a lot of important things, but he is saying things. Was Nora keeping him quiet? I just don't know, man. Yeah, Steve Riggins, I believe that's probably true. Well, if that's true, if Jerry's 68, then that means he's been a Democrat for all of 70 years. I mean, just the point of the matter is the dude's been a Democrat since before he was anything else. So, okay. Kate is saying, Kate put up the link here, it looks like. YouTube at Randolph County Government. I'm really shocked that they were able to get that name. They got at it early enough that they were able to get that. Randolph County IN. Oh. Ooh, the channel has no playlists. What's the deal? Oh, that's not good. Let's go down here and see what we've got. About departments, facilities, living here. This county commissioner's live stream. Oh. Wait a minute. What do we got going on here? I'm looking. If I find something, I'll bring it to you. It doesn't look like we got anything. So I did email, or excuse me, I did not email. I sent a text message to Commissioner Missy Williams this afternoon. And I just said, oh, she responded. Holy crap, she just responded to me literally right now. At 6 o'clock, I said, can you advise where today's Randolph County Commissioners meeting was live streamed to and where it can be found for watching after the fact as per Indiana's new law? Does anybody want to see what her emoji is on my phone? Like if she was ever to call me, this is what would pop up on my phone. I want to see if you can see what it is. It's dog poopy. It's dog poop. I got her picture as dog poop, like literal dog shit out of a yard I actually took out of her backyard from an airplane. Anyways, she responded to me and she said, it was recorded and live, I think, but I'm not sure it is where it is posted. Laura Martin, auditor, would know. I need to find out also. She must not have my number saved because she wouldn't be that talkative if she knew this was me. I'm shocked she responded. Well, very good, Missy. I appreciate that. So we will find that out. For the people in Randolph County that have been asking, they are planning up to it. Okay. So, they are up to it. So that's good. That's good. I'm happy about that. Kate sent me something here. Let me see what Kate sent me. And I'm going to get back to the Muncie thing and get back to Brandon here. Give me 1 second. Yeah, I saw that, but I'm not seeing where it's actually taking me.
Well, I was just sending that to you because they've got it posted on, their Randolph County, Indiana, the Randolph County Council, the official pages. Click here to watch the meetings, and there's nothing.
What's the meeting that happens out there in the old hospital?
The BZA.
That's a very important meeting.
Yes, it is.
No, that's a very important meeting, but they don't have to live stream because they're not taking place in a regular governmental meeting area. But I think they need to.
Oh,
I think they need to.
County. They're going to take advantage of every bloody loophole they can.
Yeah.
Watch them move the county commissioners out to the county barn or something.
Yeah, right.
So they need to, they need to be there to supervise what's going on.
Yeah, absolutely. So, okay.
That was the only reason I sent you those, because they're posting like they should be there, but there's nothing there.
Yeah. Well, she's telling us that they have absolutely they've done this and they've recorded it, and we'll get to it. So we'll get to the bottom of it. Now, we're going to get back to the city of Muncie, but I have not talked about this since July 1st, and I want to talk about this. This is very important, and I want to answer. Eric's question because I feel like that's important. It's an important question. So, no, it is all towns, cities, and councils. It's any governmental entity. I'm going to pull up the law, so we're going to be all set on what's really going on here. I feel like that's probably the best bet to do. To make sure that we're all above board on this. So give me a second here. I'm going to get this pulled up, and that way we can all know. Well, of course, that went down on me here. Give me just 1 second. I'm gonna have to go get me another laptop here real soon. I can't deal with that, doing that every day. This studio, give me just 1 second here, folks. We're running into a little bit of a problem, but I'm gonna solve it. If there was a problem, I'll solve it. Okay, let's see if this works. Okay, so this is Indiana code. It is in effect now. So if you live in a town, a city, or a county, and if you're watching this and you're in Indiana, you live in one of those, some of them, a couple of them. Hey, Lenny! Video streaming of public meetings guidance. This is Indiana Code 5-14-1.5-2.9. This guidance is meant to be an easy explanation of the code, which takes effect on July 1st, 2025. It is to be used with companion documents, including code city site reference of video streaming of public meetings. First, this rule does not apply to the following. So let's understand this. First, this does not apply to an executive session of any public entity. We know that. Any meeting of a state educational institution, okay? Any public hearing which already has its own rules related to recording. Second, the rule applies to governing bodies of state agencies, governing bodies that are not state agencies, executive branch meetings of a county, city, town, or township, legislative branch meetings of a county, city, town, or township, fiscal body meetings which may or may not include the above executive and legislative branches of a county, city, town, or township, an elected school board, and any governing body that conducts its regular meeting in the same meeting room as the above entities. So listen to what this means. This means, for example, let's take the city of Muncie. The city of Muncie council meeting always meets in the same location inside the council chambers at Muncie City Hall. So any body, any board, body, or commission that meets in that room must be live streamed. Okay. So right now they live stream the Board of Works. They live stream the Muncie Sanitation District Board meeting. And they also live stream and record the Park Board meetings. They are now also going to have to start recording the Police, Fire, and Merit Commission meetings. Oh, they also live stream the Ethics Committee meetings. But they're going to have to start recording the Police Merit Commission, which is handy, the Fire Merit Commission, which is good, the Human Board, whatever that is, they decided for human, the Human Rights Commission, and maybe one other. So that's good. That's good. That's good. Okay. That's good. In other words, if you are a smaller non-primary government unit, that does not apply to you unless you fit 2E above. So, for example, the BZA in both Delaware County and Madison County, Randolph County, does not have to live stream. But I think that we should push these governments to forcing them to live stream. It's kind of like this. You know how I always say the floor is the law, not the ceiling? It sets the bar. You can always go above and beyond. And that's what I expect out of my government officials, to go above, not just laying on the floor doing the bare minimum. The bare minimum is not okay for me, and it shouldn't be okay for you. I know, Kate. That's exactly right. That's absolutely right. When this rule applies, so long as the governing body has internet capability for the live streaming, the government body shall provide live streaming and transmissions of the governing body's meetings and archived copies of the live transmission. Each archived copy must provide access links to the meeting's agenda, minutes, and memoranda. The statute does not remove the need to have the meetings properly noticed. Agendas available prior to the meeting and meeting minutes or memoranda made available after the meeting, as normally required by the Open Door Law and Access Public Records Act. Although the statute requires no particular hardware or software for implementation, the Indiana Office of Technology and the Indiana Department of Administration have created guidance for the state agencies on the technology and have also chosen Microsoft Teams Webinar and VBrick. The state guidance can be found here. As with most of the state contracts, local government, county, city, town, and township can purchase the VBrick solutions at state rates. VBrick would set up streaming and dedicated to their entity. That's nonsense. Get a couple cameras and hook up to YouTube, bro. It's not that hard. I don't know if that's right. I don't know, Kate. I don't know. Do they? Well, I don't think so. There's nothing in this law that makes them. There's nothing that does this. I've shown up for 2 past park board meetings and no one was there, but reports were given to city council. That's comedy. That's comedy right there. So I'm glad that most of the people are sticking with the law and doing the right thing. Hopefully they will continue doing the right thing. Time will tell. We'll see what happens. Okay, now I want to go back really quickly and hit what these people were saying. Hold on here. Totally forgot about this until now, but early this morning, a dude showed up at my work saying he found a backpack outside of the Plasma Center on Madison. Said backpack had 2 laptops, and I noticed that he had a power strip and some frayed wiring coming out of the cord or 2. He turned on the laptop, and the name said Roland Wilson. I said, dude, you better put that back where you found it and let someone know where it's at. Yes. That's interesting. Moral of the story, don't pick up random backpacks and try to sell the contents. Well, yeah, that's generally not a good idea. A quick way to get a charge of receiving stolen property, even if it's not exactly what happened. That's comical. Okay. Delaware County Delaware County Commissioners, Randolph County Commissioners met today. I will watch I need to watch. Sorry. We're frozen. Give me a second here. Sorry, we're frozen. The Delaware County Commissioners, Randolph County Commissioners met today. I'll have to chase Missy around, finding out where that Randolph County meeting is. I'll watch it when I can get it. But the Delaware County Commissioners meeting, I'm actually going to watch after tonight's live. So if anything crazy happens there, I have the agenda. I know what they're supposed to talk about. As I'm doing some editing and finishing up the day, I will listen to it and see if there's anything important. At the Muncie City Council meeting, we live streamed it. And if you guys want to go and watch the entire meeting, if you haven't watched the entire meeting, it might be of interest to you. Okay. And I I'm going to play for you a couple quick points of interest from the Muncie City Council meeting and let you have kind of an understanding of what was going on in the meeting and what has me so frazzled from it. Did anything happen, Alva, in that meeting that was of interest that you think is of major importance?
My absence last month.
I need to get through to
Okay.
any kind of discretion.
Floor is open for another.
So, very first thing, they're going to do some appointments to some committees. I want you guys to catch this. This is important.
Nations for the opioid committee.
Mr. President, I have 3 people I'd like to nominate, and I have shared with the council all their bios, so hopefully they've had a chance to look at that and read those. I believe we have 2 of our
I'm going to get back to that theory,
One
Kat.
of them wasn't able to make
Give me
it,
1
but
second.
we'll go just kind of in order of what I've got here. I would first like to nominate Mr. Corey Matters. He works as a clinical therapist at Open Door Health Services.
What an amazing name. If my name was like Kristopher Matters, I'd be like, that's what the name of the show would be. It All Matters. This guy needs to start a podcast, and the name of the podcast would be It All Matters. I hate that guy now because he's living in some kind of a world where he's missing out on using that name as an amazing name. Anyway, all right. I'm just gonna let it roll because this is crazy.
And I think he's here, and we'd love to hear what he has to say.
I will second that nomination.
Okay, sorry.
Aside from what's in my CV there, I've also taught some courses at Ball State, both undergraduate and graduate level, for addictions and substance use disorder.
Not only did I think it was a stage name, I thought it was just a whole stage production. I'm like, what in the Nickelback is going on here? Because I'm pretty sure this dude looks like the singer of Nickelback. I will let it roll, and I'll let you see it here in a moment.
Classes for counseling. I'm currently working at Open Door, but today I don't serve to represent Open Door. I'm just a professional representing myself in this community. I was born and raised here my whole life.
That dude's a talker.
I wanted to say that I don't want to be here, and I'm not happy about being here because of the reason that I'm here. You have to know.
What an amazing way to start out. I don't even want to be here. I hate all you people. It pisses me off. I would much rather be at home playing, I was going to say playing Grand Theft Auto, something. I hate you all. I get what he's saying, but dude, you're laying it on a little thick, bro. This is why I set you guys all up with the thing about me being an asshole. Maybe he means this. Maybe he truly talks like this. I don't believe it because most people don't in today's world. I'm a really genuine type human being. I'm a really genuine person. But I don't talk like this. And I mean, this dude seems like he's just laying it on. Like, I'm mad. I don't want to be here. We've lost so many. I mean, everything he says is true, but it's just weird.
Nominate a board to deal with these funds that have come from lots of deaths, right? And I deal with it all the time trying to help people that lose children, fathers, sons. Everyone in our community is devastated by that. So knowing that I have research and evidence-based experience, that I concentrate on individuals, and that I'm trauma-informed, and I do my job well, right? There's a lot of stigma that we're going to be fighting no matter where you put the funds. And the stigma kills people a lot, weekly, So any kind of discretion I have when it comes to what evidence or what research we're using to apply these dollars to save the most lives, which is your top line, right? I'm going to be able to advise well on what those strategies are, which ones don't work, and hopefully some funds to keep people in line with what they should be doing.
That's a very true statement, Stumblefoot, and it's my life's mission. It's my life's mission politically to do away with anybody, politically speaking. I don't mean violently, politically speaking, to do away with anybody that has to get into character before they can speak. Because if you got to get into a suit and put a mask on and you got to hype yourself up and smack yourself and do a line and do a backflip before you can just speak to me like a human, I don't give a two shits about what you've got to say. I don't care how smart you are, how wonderful you are. You're selling me something and I ain't buying it no more.
Because a lot of times people getting mat services, they can't go put a lawsuit against someone for mistreating them medically. They don't have any way to do anything like that. So I look at this money as something that can defend those people so people get proper care and we can hold professionals accountable. But that's what I'd be bringing to the table.
Well, maybe we shouldn't be giving our opioid money away for a one-time raise that it's going to just be another one and another one, and another one. That maybe we're a little late on that.
No qualms about it. And I live by that standard and I would hold people to it.
Oh, I thought he was going to die by that standard. I live by that standard and I'll die by that standard.
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Sir, I've read your resume and it's very impressive. If elected, I know you will serve this community honorably.
Thank you for that. I appreciate it. I wanted to put in one last note about politics for me. I was a member of Democratic, like I was like the lowest rank official, and I resigned my position, right? Because I saw that the signs and the awareness publicly, like I have clients, and I didn't want them seeing anything that would keep them from getting help. And I'm not taking that kind of political stance over someone's life. I need to get through to people, and I wasn't going to take a position like that would cause someone not to come in to get help when they need help desperately. So as far as those political affiliations, I don't want any of that connected with what I'm doing for those reasons, because it gets in the way of people.
It's impressive. Corey, I think
She's got a question. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Dude, this guy's running a meeting. Maybe he ought to be the president of the meeting. He's like, all right, you up there. Now to you. Now you. When you guys elect me, yeah, right, Kate, I heard that too. And just to be sure that I wasn't crazy, that's him, right? The singer of Nickelback, right?
Go ahead.
Yeah, first I want to, this is not my question, but I don't think politics this is not
Right.
a political office, so.
Right.
But thank you for saying that.
Yeah.
It wasn't necessary, but thank you. Very frank. I do have a question. My question is, when you're on the board, what is Mr. Matters' main priority, major goal or objective that you will hit the ground and work on right away?
To save lives, period. There's almost nothing under that. Like, people come up with objections and ideas and ways to do things. If it's not saving lives, if it's not the client-centered, if it's not a trauma-informed approach, it won't make sense. Not if you're going by the criteria that you've set the standard for on the papers that I've.
Woo!
Great answer. Thank you.
Good answer. What kind of whatever AI bullshit was that? I mean, I just want to know why he didn't come in dropping like, hey, listen, I never made it as a wise man. I couldn't cut it as a poor man stealing. Tired of living like a blind man. I'm sick of sight without a sense of feeling. Peace. That's what he needed to do.
No, she just said it.
Corey, it's nice to see you.
It's
you
nice
and
to
your
see
wife.
you. It's nice to see you. Listen, this is the start of Brandon, and this is when I went down, and maybe I'm like getting real cynical, man. And it's these people. I'm telling you, it's these people. It's like I'm just tired of the bullshit. Let's listen here. What? Like, look, everybody's like, whoa! Look at everybody's head. Look at Nora. Nora's like, why didn't tell him he could speak? And she's like, oh, I forgot. He's a Republican now. And then this guy's like, uh-oh, he's speaking. Nora didn't give him a right to speak. And then this guy's like, uh-oh, he's speaking.
For the kind of the epitome of what community activist is. I mean, it is with what she does at Second Harvest, and I'm not taking nothing from you at all.
I understand.
And then when you come up,
her too.
they're phenomenal. And we met during the book signings and all that, so I got to know you a little bit. But to come up and to speak the truth when you said that you're not, you wish you didn't have to be up here. That's the passion that we need in a board like that to get some results. The way you talk and the way you approach people, I really think, and that you can reach out to people that a lot of people couldn't. That you can break through some barriers that normally couldn't break through. And knowing you for a while and your wife, I don't think there's anybody suitable better than you for this board.
Nobody.
Honestly.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Anybody else? Corey, I don't know if you remember me or not.
Yes, I do.
We go back a long ways. Huh?
We
Yeah,
go
yeah,
way
a
long
little
way too.
For sure.
Well, I think you'll do fine in this position. You've always been an upstanding young man, somebody that's always been respectful to me.
Right.
And I appreciate that. I think you'll do a great job at being on this board.
Okay.
Thank you.
Watch this.
I feel like I'm
Watch
hogging the
this.
microphone, but,
right, go ahead.
I guess.
Go ahead.
So the next person that I'd like to nominate.
Excuse
Oh, do we need to vote on that?
Should
Yes, sorry, I apologize. Yep.
Let's do.
Okay, floor is open for nominations. Or did you already? Yeah, they already did. Okay. Right.
Yes, we can do it separately. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Acclamation.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is serious.
Okay.
This is
All
serious.
right, then the next person that I'm nominating would be Abby Gluvna. She is currently the executive director, and I think fairly new executive director of Recovery Cafe here in Muncie.
Good evening. Thank you for having me. I just want to say I am honored to be nominated.
I hate you guys too. I don't want to be here. Like, I hate this too. I had to put on a jean jacket.
For this, but it is hard to follow up after.
It's hard to
Corey,
follow up that dude.
because he is so passionate about this topic, and he has come into the cafe.
Oozing off of
And
him.
I guess what I really, really want to stress is this is powerful. And like he said, the goal here is to change lives and to save lives. And I really encourage this board to
Good day to
meet
save
those
lives.
people that are stuck in the cycle and to get into the community and visit these organizations that are working. Come to the Recovery Cafe.
Well, you know
go to the
what?
soup
Notice
kitchen.
what no one is talking about? We're talking about a bunch of opioid stuff. And you want to know what no one is talking about? No one is talking about the Right Now Crisis Center, which is like laughable. Wait till you hear what's going on with the county's mental health addiction facility. Dude, it's worse than I've ever even brought it to you. They don't want to run it. They're not running it. They're not going to run it. They don't know no, this wasn't the crisis center. This is something. This is the opioid settlement money committee. This is the opioid settlement committee. So I don't think these people are going to be dealing with people. I don't think they're going to be paratrooping out from helicopters, getting down and dealing with the drug addicts and bitch slapping needles out of people's hands and getting them treatment. I think they're going to sit around in a room and talk about where the money's going, which is an important job, but I could do with a little less theatrics.
And these are where those people are at. And it means it's way more valuable being with them in person. I mean, we can sit, behind a desk. I'm not trying to be offensive here, but we can sit behind a desk and know what the problem is. But we don't know what the problem really is until we're speaking to the people who are facing the problem.
I don't think they're going to be out doing that.
Thank you for having me. But that's kind of where I'm at.
Thank you.
I'll second that.
Questions? Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, may I ask you a question? I'm sorry. I'm going to ask you the same question that I asked Mr. Matters. What would be your, you have personal experience in this, and I'm not trying to,
That's okay.
And I think you bring a lot of empathy to the committee and understanding.
Yeah, right.
And have the educational background to support your position or your nomination. So I'm very, very proud of you. What would be your personal goal, or what's the first thing you would like to work on as a committee? An objective you'd like to, a personal objective you want to do for yourself and try to achieve within a year?
I think my goal would to have involvement in the community, kind of what I was just touching on, getting the board into those spaces.
I want to do everything that he was just doing.
Population. That's how we learn, and that's how we address the problem based on those who are dealing with the problem.
Yeah, I want to
They have
do
the
everything
answers,
that
and
he was just
we
doing.
can help them with that. So
Thank you so much. Great answer. Yes.
Now watch this. This is great. Watch this.
Okay, and the third person that I want to nominate.
Now we get a nomination here of someone that like really makes sense to me. This third person they nominate, I'm all on board for. And the third person they nominate, I love this guy's presentation. Watch this.
Is Neil Kring, and Neil was not able to be here. He is actually with
They nominated Neil Kring, and you want to know Neil Kring's not there. And you want to know why?
some kids at Kings Island today. So he was.
Because he's off doing shit. I don't think it's like his kids. It might be, and I'll have to take this back if it is. But to me, it seems like he's maybe got kids from the community or something. And let me tell you, Neil Kring doesn't have to be in here giving a presentation and talking about how much he hates being there, because Neil Kring lives it and breathes it day in and day out in the community. He's not flashy. He's not showy. He just shows up and does it. Kring with like, I don't know specifically that it's Kring. I don't know how you spell it, but I know it's like Kring with an R in there somewhere.
Wasn't able to make it, but he did. Again, you have the bio. Neil's a neighborhood pastor in South Muncie, and he works with disinvested neighborhoods, and he deals a lot in harm reduction. He's a harm reduction specialist with the Muncie Folk Collective and the Additions Coalition of Delaware County. I know you all have the rest of his information in front of you too. So
Yeah, everybody knows who
ask
he is.
questions, obviously, but
I'll second that. Oh, sorry. No, I'll let you second that.
Until second the motion. Okay,
Right.
motion's been made.
And then watch this.
Creed, Corey
He's-
Matters.
He's an excellent choice. An excellent choice.
Well, and I will
Excellent,
say that he
excellent.
helped
I'll take
me,
3
when
Neil
the human
Krings.
resources helped me to craft the resolution and need to choose.
Yes,
If I may say,
Kat, you need to. Now look at this. Chad Kroger gets back up to say, like, look at this photograph. Every time I do it makes me laugh. How did our eyes get so red? And what the hell is on Joey's head?
If I may say, one thing that is so impressive about Neil is his boots on the ground.
Yes.
He hears it, he sees it, he helps. If you want to know what's going on in the community, call Neil. He'll tell you.
I was just going to say, I met Neil in his backyard and became a peer recovery coach with some funding he had at a church.
What were you
And he
doing in his
introduced
backyard,
me to
bro?
the people where I now work because of my background, and I was coming up through my master's program. And that's how I ended up working at Open Door, was from meeting Neil in his backyard and going to this program there to help people in the community. And then it just so worked out that I ended up coming to Open Door. But Neil helped secure that position for me to help more people. You know, I met him in his backyard.
All right. So I say this. We give Neil Kring 2 positions and that woman 1. I'm down for that. But I really need to find out. I should have done this beforehand, but it was already getting late and I wanted to go ahead and go on with it. But I'm going to reach out to a couple council people tomorrow. I might try to get a hold of one of them after the show and find out what this is for, because I could be wrong. And if so, I'll come back tomorrow and tell you. But I am pretty certain that this has nothing to do with meeting people all the way through. This, I think, is only about what goes on with the money, which, let's be honest, could be very important. It could be very important what, deciding where the money goes and having an input on that. At the end of the day, the council still gets to decide. So I got to just find out what this committee's about. I'm not gonna make you wait and watch through it. I'm gonna spoil it for you. They all 3 get the position. I don't even know why they did this. There are 3 spots and they had 3 people in mind. Why the production, bro?
Great.
I just wanted to say that.
Thank you.
Thanks. Hey.
I'm going to say that as from now on. Okay, I want you to watch what goes on with the council. I just wanted to say that. Okay.
So are there any other nominations?
Nope. Just those 3. For
Again,
3.
There's no other nominations.
3-person board.
There's already been a motion made and seconded to nominate these 3.
Neil Kring, Punky Brewster, and Chad Kruger.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed?
Ain't nobody going to say no to any of that. Are you kidding me?
Yeah. Okay, the other board will be the Ethics Committee. And I would like to nominate Frank Scott Jr.
Okay.
to that position.
Here's more.
Second.
And as soon as I heard, now listen, I've got to tell you, I love Frank Scott Sr. He's a wonderful man, does a lot of good. We haven't talked in quite some time. It's been probably about a year since we talked, but we would shoot the shit every now and then. I would send him questions and talk to him. I think he's a very respectable person. I like Frank. I have no reason to believe that his son would be any different. I don't know his son. I do not know his son. I assumed he had children, but I didn't know his son, didn't know anything about a son. So they're picking apparently his son to replace the gentleman that was leaving the ethics board. But again, watch all of the weirdness that goes on with this.
Mr. President, could you clarify the parameters of this nomination? I think we're nominating for an other political persuasion. Aren't we replacing a Democrat?
Other political, you mean a weighted board,
I just wanted to
weirdo?
be clear.
It's called a weighted board.
Okay. Mr. Scott, you want to come up?
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Okay.
Frank Jr., a lot of you know Frank Sr.
Yes.
Mhm.
This
Frank
is
Jr.
Frank
is
Jr.,
up and coming young man in the community.
a man about town.
He's an entrepreneur, very astute to what's going on in the community.
He needs a bow
And,
tie.
I think he would be a good addition to this ethics.
I think he'd be
board.
fine.
He's
I
a
got no
very
problem against it.
open-minded young man. I sit and talk to him, and a lot of times he's mentoring me.
I can
But,
believe it.
I'll let him tell you a little bit about himself. And
As you know, as you heard, I'm Frank Scott II. Proud to be Frank Scott II. I love the fact that my dad has a great name in the community, and I strive to be one just like my father. I am married, have two beautiful children, been married for 18 years. I know I look like I've been married for 5, but it's been 18.
He's a 12-year-old, been married
I
for
love
18 years.
people. I love helping people. The reason that I started my business in the community, I stayed in my community because I wanted to be a help to my community, and I wanted to
I
help
can dig
people.
it. I respect that.
And what I've done is I try to bring in people who don't have an opportunity to be able to have an opportunity so that they can all grow. And my biggest thing is really helping people from the inside out. It's a detail shop that I had, and I believe in cleaning cars, but I also believe the most important vehicle to keep clean is your inner person, and it's who you are as an individual.
I like it.
So that's a little bit about me. If you have any questions, please ask me questions. I'm just going to be frank. I know my dad makes that statement. He instilled it. He named
Man,
me Frank, so all I
God, I got a thing for loving names. I got a thing for loving it. These people's, their name's Frank Scott, and he's like, I'm just gonna be Frank. Good Lord, I love it. I love it. I love it. That is amazing.
can do is just be myself,
I'm just gonna be Frank because I can't be nobody else. That's I love it.
be honest, and be as genuine and authentic as possible.
He's got my vote.
May I ask you
anybody
a
have any
question?
questions?
Now, if his name was Frank Matters, we'd really be on somewhere.
Yes,
Yeah, I did.
Councilman Sutton.
Yeah, could I? May I?
Yeah,
Yes.
go ahead.
Could you tell us a little bit about your background in schools, where you gone to school, what,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I graduated from Muncie Central High School. Proud to be a graduate of Muncie Central, Bearcat.
Yeah, yeah.
Most of my family were rebels, so I mean, I'm on both sides. I graduated in 2002, and I actually was the commencement speaker at our high school graduation. So it was an honor to be able to encourage our students to see the future. I also went to Ivy Tech, and I was a part of the first cohort for the entrepreneurship class, and I received the Outstanding Student Award for that.
Yeah.
And I also, in 2023, received the Champion Entrepreneur Award from Innovation Connector.
All
So,
right. Ted
that's just a little bit about
Baker's
my
got
background.
some skin in the game.
Councilman Sutton.
Yes. Are you aware of who the other committee members are on the ethics committee? Do you know any of them? Have you gotten a chance, to research that or figure out who else? And because I want to see how you would work with them. And
Oh,
because it's already established and, and they've met a couple of times. So I just want to make sure.
What?
that the perfect
Does that have to do with anything?
yes, ma'am.
gonna gel beautifully.
Yes, ma'am. If I could be transparent and honest, I'm not exactly sure all of the committee members. But I'm one person who I honestly don't believe that I don't need to get in where I fit in. I want to go where we can grow.
Woo!
So if I can be a part of that committee and if I'm
Listen to that
elected,
politics.
I think we could grow together, and I think it'll be a great addition. Yes, ma'am.
Good
I will
Lord.
say that you've made your dad proud just being here today. Just getting mentioned or thought about for this role is says a lot about you. So great job. Keep it up. I mean, your dad would be proud. My question is,
What?
if elected, what is your impact you bring to the board that you don't think that we have right now? Well, what's your biggest asset that you'll bring?
As far as myself, the biggest asset that I could bring would be my authentic self. I'm just me. I'm pure. I have no agenda. I'm not trying to come in and change anything. I don't look to have any personal goals or anything as far as what the committee is going to be and do. I just want to be a part of, you know, a place where we excel and where we thrive together and do what's best for the community, what's best for the board, what's best for the people. And that's just who I am. I'm authentic. I'm young. If you need, I don't know if they have any young people on there. I don't know the age, but you know, if you're looking for longevity or if you're looking for something that's going to be there, you know, you can get that in me.
You will be the youngest.
So I guess what I'll bring is a youthful mindset and a new perspective from a
In
young.
my opinion, he should have led with that. And they kind of give him a little bit of shit about this here in a minute. Like they're joking, but they also kind of give him some shit because like he is by far the youngest person. But I think that's a good thing. Frankly, I like him. Hey, yeah.
Person.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Anybody else have any questions for Mr. Scott?
Mr. President, I just want to make a comment and apologize.
Listen to what Roe says here. This is insane. Sometimes Roe needs somebody like behind her saying, hey, no, don't say that. That sounds really weird. Listen to this.
To you. I truly thought it was going to be Mr. Scott Sr.
I truly thought you were going to be your dad. I didn't know who you are. I thought your dad was going to be here. So I'm kind of disappointed.
Oh, don't apologize. That's a compliment. I appreciate that.
Questions to get the feel that, hey, I'm comfortable now. So.
Yeah. When you see me, you see my father.
Oh, yeah.
Ah.
Okay, that's true. Okay, so, Mr. Scott, we'll open, all in favor of selecting Mr. Scott for the Ethics Committee, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same.
What? There was no one else.
Motion carries. Congratulations,
Thank
Mr.
you.
Scott.
He was hired from the moment he stood up. There was literally no one else. So, dude,
Thank you. Thank you for your time.
Any other
Let me tell you. I'm going to tell you. There was exactly one sentence, one thought that was put together and said during the council meeting, and we're getting ready to hear it. And it's the only important thing that we hear. And as soon as we hear it, I'm turning the rest of it off because it's whatever. All right? I want you to hear this. Let's listen.
board? Are there any other boards that we need to fill a position? Or was there a position, Councilman Powell, that somebody
I don't think so.
had done? That we needed to revisit?
Not to my recollection. Is there a board or a position that we need to address?
I believe one of your appointments to the Beech Grove.
It's not this. We're going to go on
Board of
past this thing.
Trustees.
They got a Beech Grove person.
She was just appointed 2 years ago. They are typically 4-year terms. But she was,
To nominate Ms. King, seconded by Councilman Garrett. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Okay. Ordinances previously introduced. Ordinance 19-25, an ordinance to vacate a portion of a certain unimproved.
Wait a minute.
public-
Wait a minute. 4402. Remember 4402. We got to talk about something important here real quick.
Here. Okay, is there a motion to approve the minutes of last?
And into record, but
Right here. So it happened at the very beginning of the movie.
Motion made by Councilman McIntosh.
Of the
approved by
meeting.
Councilman
Listen,
Green.
right here. I didn't even know this. I about skipped over it. Here it is. This is the most important topic that was discussed during tonight's meeting, and this is important.
Seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same. Okay, committee reports. Are there any committee reports?
Mr. President,
Yes.
the Tax Abatement Committee met before the public hearing today to review and receive information
Yes.
regarding the tax abatement requested by Muncie Hotel Properties for Resolution 13-25. Obviously, there will be more discussion. There were definitely some opinions that were read into record, but we have a favorable recommendation of that tax abatement when we address that later in the meeting. Also, sir,
Yes.
very quickly, the Finance Committee is gearing up. That includes all 9 members of the City Council.
Listen, this is very important. Okay. It's July. We've not talked about it. You know why? Because Ridenhour doesn't care. It doesn't matter. He's never, ever, the entire time he's ever been an elected mayor, has he ever done anything with this? When Ridenhour was running, Ridenhour said way back when that when he was elected, that if elected, he would get the budget and everything like that to the council or as early as he could, early, so that he could discuss with them and they could, do what they could to make that a good deal. But he very quickly decided that, no, he wasn't interested in that. So he's never lived up to that. Okay. Well, we are just about to the point where, really, they should have already been dealing with this, but whatever. Okay. The bottom line is, they should start, like she's saying, to be ramping up for the budget. The budget has to be approved on or before November 1st. Okay. So I know that sounds crazy, but here we are. We're entering the first and a half week of July. It'll be August, September before you know it. And the council really needs to start getting their eyes on this stuff quickly to be able to work, because wait till you get ready to hear what she's going to say here.
I received information from Representative Arrington, and due to SB 1, the Muncie Civil City will have approximately 1.6 million decrease in property tax revenue for 2026, which we will have to address. And the DLGF budget workshop meeting will be July 31st at 9 a.m. Mr. Wright, the city controller, has said that they will allow council persons in that meeting this year, and I look forward to attending.
Okay.
Thank you.
Say that date and time again.
Mr. Wright said in that email that it was July 31st at 9 a.m.
July 31st, 9 a.m. Now, that's not a meeting that we will be able to attend, I do not believe. I don't believe it's open to the public. It probably should be, but it's not. But Dan has not allowed council members to be a part of that in the past. They're saying he's going to now. Listen to what's questioned here.
Yes.
I have a
Councilman Selby.
question for Councilperson Powell. Councilperson Powell, do you know who the second person from council will be?
They didn't say anyone,
Okay.
so I'm guessing that would be either at the discretion of all of them would be at the discretion of the administration and Mr. Wright. Our field representative said that there's no reason that the finance chair or any member of council can't sit in, but that will be at the discretion of the mayor. But I am hopeful that he will have the finance chair in there this year. So
Thank you.
you're welcome.
I want everybody to think about what she just said there. They're going to have to deal with a loss of 1.6 million out of the budget. Think about the way that Dan has spent everything. Think about what Dan has been doing this year and what he's done every year since he's been mayor. What are they going to do with this now $1.6 million that they're going to have to cut out of this current budget? Or basically, looking at next year, there's going to be next year where it's going to go up some, but they're going to have to deal with a cut. So I'm just saying this budget process is going to be interesting, and it's going to be something that I want to pay very close attention to. And so hopefully we will figure out what's going on. Along those lines, we're going to have to really think about how Dan is doing his contract employee shit. I just contacted the city of Muncie today to find out where we are with my record request. I turned in with regard to Dustin Clark and his invoices and his checks and his contracts. And I found out today that record request has not even been sent out to the various people. Like, for some unknown reason, Amber just held on to it. So I was like, hello, pass it out to people. I need that shit. Like, it's now like a week into it, or almost 2 weeks at this point. Like, get that out. So hopefully she did that this afternoon, or we'll be doing it tomorrow. So we'll see what goes on at that point. But I just think Dan's going to start really being mindful of his spending. And since he doesn't generally have a good time doing that, I think that the council is going to have to hold him accountable. And they normally don't like doing that. So, I don't know what's going to happen. Tweety Bird, that's a good question. I don't know without having to go back and look. I'll have to go back and look that up. But I will go back and I'll try to get that answer for you to find out. That's a pretty good question, but it doesn't seem fun. It doesn't seem like it's going to be, I think it's definitely more than it was last year, definitely more than the last couple of years. So yeah, I think so, but I'll find that out for sure. And that's exactly correct, Admiral Eric. It's just money. Spend it. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah, are there any more committee reports? Okay. Okay, ordinances.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Mr. President. I think we skipped the appointments.
Yeah. Oh,
Okay. Now, at that point, they go into appointments and whatever. They don't really do anything else worth a damn the entire rest of the meeting. Basically, Nora relieving herself, releasing that information to the public, putting it on the record, in my opinion, was the most important aspect of what happened during that meeting. And so I think that that's important for us to know. I'm glad that she released that information. And I'm glad that, she's getting on it, I want to throw you back to this long ago video. It's 1 minute and 47 seconds. I want you to watch this, listen to this, and to take this information in. This guy is intelligent.
This was in the 2019 election. All right. I'm going to play this here. This was then Councilman Dan Ridenhour running to be mayor on September 28th, 2019. He had said this multiple times during the election.
What I will do is I will present a budget to the city council in July of my vision of what I want to do. And then I want to work with the council to help make sure that that fits what they're wanting to do and make sure it's a sound budget that can be sustained long term. what I will do is I will present a budget to the city council in July. What I will do is I will present a budget to the city council in July of my vision.
He's never once done that. Councilor Robinson says, this year, I asked for the budget beginning in late July. We all received it a few days before it was filed with the clerk. There wasn't anything that the council could do at that point. Since Dan has taken office, I, Kristopher Bilbrey, a political commentator, have asked the mayor's administration every year since 2020, starting in June and July, when will the budget be presented? When will the citizens be able to look at the budget? When will the council look at the budget? Well, good.
And that was it. So yeah, I think, that's just a promise that he, again, spewed out of his mouth hole and never really lived up to. It was ridiculous. It was ridiculous back when he said it because I knew there is no way in hell this dude's going to do this. And no, that video, I was still way past it because that video that you just watched was shot sometime in 2022 or 2023. So we were well into, I think it was 2023 because it was the year that Jeff was running against him as mayor. So it was 2023, I think. Anyway, that's a good question, Admiral Eric. Has Dan lived up to any campaign promises? Well, so first we need to start with what I like to call the big six. And that is improve communication, improve transparency, improve accountability, slow government down, improve relationships between the city and the county, and put the best people in place. I think we pretty much know he has not put the best people in place nearly in any position he's put anybody. There's a couple people that are in positions that are okay, and there are one or two that are good at their job, that are damn good. But the people that he has in different positions that are bad are really bad. And then he has some that are just downright absolutely terrible, which kind of overshadows everything else. So number 6 is a dud. Improve communication. We know that's a dud. Number 1, it's laughable. Improve transparency. No, I mean, look, basically 1, 2, and 3 go together. If you don't have 1, you can't have 2 or 3. If you don't have 2, you don't have 1 or 3. If you don't have 3, you don't have 1 or 2. And if you don't have any 1 or 2, you don't have the whole lot. So those 3 are gone. So those 3 and 6, we know are gone. 4, he's definitely not done that down. I mean, hell, tonight, the last thing on the council I'm going to let you guys hear is they're talking about suspending the rules to get something pushed through for no reason at all, but we got to get it done. But no, we don't want to do it. No, it's like bullshit. So no, they haven't slowed government down. Number 5, improve relationships between the city and the county. No, basically from 2020, 2021, 2022, 2023, 2024, he did none of that. He did none of that. In January of this year, when Brand became a commissioner, and with the possibility of Kantz being a commissioner next year, I feel like the relationship between the city and the county is better now than it has been, but it's not Dan's doing. It's because some other people ran and they're friendly with Dan. And I think Brand is friendly with Dan in so far as he wants to make sure what he wants to get done gets done. And I think Brand realizes that if they're able to push the city further, it'll help the county and vice versa. So There is some betterment between the city and the county, but it's not Dan's doing. So, no, in my opinion, he's not lived up to a damn one of these. And then you look at all these other ones where he's going to get the budget to the council and do all of this shit. No, there's so many issues with everything that he pledged to do. It's nonsensical. Okay, let's get along here to the point where they're going to talk about the last thing. We're almost done here, folks. Yeah, Till Pond, that's a joke. That's something Brandon's like, yeah, they're getting Till Pond done. I'm like, no, they're not.
I think we don't think lightly when we suspend the rules, but I think
Yeah,
this
listen
is
to
something
this.
that we
Listen to
can, you know, get this 10-month process without the variance. If you've ever been through a variance, you know that it's a very kind of tedious process that you got to go through that property, and just to thank your client for taking care of that property and getting those houses down. So thank you.
Thanks so much, Councilman. Appreciate your help on this.
No problem. Anytime.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, all in favor of adoption?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Ordinance 2325? 2425. Ordinance 24-25, an ordinance of approval to amend the text of the City of Muncie Comprehensive Zoning Ordinance regarding lot width, lot coverage, setbacks, and minimum floor area in the R1, R2, and R3 resident zones, and regarding accessory dwelling use in the R4 resident zone.
I move that we adopt or introduce ordinance 2425.
I'll second that.
Okay, motion's been made and seconded that we introduce ordinance 2425. Yes, ma'am.
Good evening, Council. Kylene Swackhammer from the Plan Commission. So the proposed changes before you to the City of Muncie Comprehensive Zoning Ordinance address some of the city's current needs for housing development. These amendments were developed and written by a committee comprised of Mayor Ridenour, Commissioner Brand, Jim Lowe, who's retired Associate Vice President for Facilities Planning and Management at Ball State, and myself. The goal is to update and modernize some of the requirements in the zoning ordinance to fit the current needs of the city. These are a few of the changes that we felt needed immediate attention in order to help a right now problem of needed housing. The current zoning ordinance was implemented in 1973, and in response to the current demand and need for quality housing, the committee proposes a few changes that are before you this evening. We feel the proposed changes will help address the following: the need for current housing by increasing opportunities for development.
How many more houses do we need built?
And or the opportunity to address the physical decline of existing homes. We feel it aligns with current planning practices. It supports the priority to strengthen housing conditions and options discussed in the Together DM comp plan. And we feel this will help attract new development. I did email you a packet with a table that kind of outlines.
No, it's still
general
there. They're
changes
just not
that
doing
are-
anything with it.
That we are proposing. And then I'm also respectfully asking to suspend the rules this evening and vote on this tonight.
They want it jammed through tonight.
So I want to know why you feel the need to have us suspend the rules tonight, why this would have to be voted on this evening.
So I'm asking simply because I feel that some of these changes will help current development proceed. Some developers that are currently looking at areas, some lots that currently could be developed. I feel this would help that move along more quickly. I don't feel it needs to be decided this evening, but I'm just simply asking.
What?
So basically what I'm seeing, the changes in here are just reducing.
It
setbacks,
doesn't need to
reducing the
be,
space.
but I'm just asking. Okay. So what developers? Give us some information. Maybe if you could be more clear on why this would be helpful for this to happen, that could happen. But I don't just like being like, well, I want to know who is getting something on this end. Okay, listen.
Between whether space is required between properties, like for instance, changing from 100 feet to 40 feet, from 12,000 to 4,000, things along those lines. So it's just reducing and allowing tighter construction. Okay.
Yes, and a lot of the parcels within the city are currently 40 feet wide. A lot of them are grandfathered in and could be developed currently, but some of them are not, and this would help all of them be available for housing development.
Okay, my question to you is, what is the intended purpose of permitting or redefining accessory dwelling units in the R4 residential zone, and who will benefit from these changes?
So currently in the R4 residence zone, an accessory dwelling unit has to have an approved special use variance. So it can be done. It just needs to go before the BZA. And we do sometimes see those variance asks. I think that these changes will help because in 1973, when the ordinance was created, there wasn't a lot of interest in people having an accessory dwelling. Now, I think the people that will benefit from this would be possibly, especially in the Ball State area, people putting an accessory dwelling on to rent it out, to provide more housing for students. Another thing we see is sometimes people positively have changed the way they want to live, and they want their family, they want to continue to live very close to their family. So they may want their aging parents to have a dwelling on their property. So I feel like that would help both generations, the older generation and the younger generation, be able to kind of live that way when they'd like to.
Thank you.
That I really kind of mimic that. My mom was behind us.
I really kind of mimic
block
that.
over. My sister-in-law lives a block over. You've got family that's a phone call away. But I kind of spoke on it. These ordinances are kind of going down, but good zoning. Good zoning is not looking at something that the last time we dug into it was 1973. We have issues that we need to address now. The setbacks are awesome. I believe that.
I saw that.
That's going to help. We're not talking about boxing people in. We're talking about putting people closer together, creating community. The minimal flooring plan really helps too. As we have to realize that minimal flooring plan kind of reduces that rental rate, and that's what I am on the south side of town. We're a lot of rentals that reduces our rental rate. That drops kind of what it costs for them to come over and live in the south side of town.
Stand by. I'll answer that question as soon as we're done with this.
But you kind of covered it all. Mr. Lowe and Mr. Brand, this is a good one. R1, R2, R3, and R4. Great job. Mayor, great job. This is a zoning one that we should have done a long time ago. And I believe that this will help tremendously on all sides of town. So thank you.
And just to add to that, our office is looking at updating the entire comprehensive zoning ordinances for the city and the county, because like you said, it's very needed.
Thank you. That's awesome. That's awesome.
But yeah, so hopefully you all will be stakeholders in that process and be very involved in that process as well.
That's much needed. Thank you.
Yes.
So when you put this together, I mean, do you look at other cities' codes? I mean, how do you come up with these numbers?
Yeah, I just wanted to, Dan Ridenhour, Mayor of Muncie, I just wanted to share, I appreciated the committee's input and the fact that the Planning Commission intends to do one. Now, this will take about 10 months to even get through the complete redo of the 1973 ordinances. But I will tell you that developers have said they have a real challenge. They look at us, and when it's 100 feet, it's a real problem. And when you go to McKinley neighborhood, 90% of the lots are 40 by 120. When you
by stimulating housing.
Here, Brand gets up and wants him to suspend the rules.
Councilwoman Selby's question, how will current property owners benefit from this? If we can raise the total payroll of the county and raise more local income tax and not raise local income tax, that will benefit those folks by not having to raise their tax. So I would ask you guys to approve this. And if you would consider suspending the rules, I would ask for that accommodation as well.
But nobody said why 30 days makes a difference. No one has said why 30 days makes a difference.
Any questions for me? Thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. President, for clarification, if I may, is it appropriate for us to vote on the ordinance first and then have a motion for suspension?
Yep. Yeah. So you need to vote on the introduction first.
That's not like he did. That wasn't a great question. That's how they would always do it.
That would require a unanimous vote.
Thank you for that clarification.
Steve Craig, I just say that I also support it, but I don't support suspending the ordinance. That's it. So I just think you should introduce it.
A local Democrat gets up and says he supports it, but don't suspend the rules.
Okay, House Bill. Ordinance 2425. All in favor?
But I think this is something that we.
Okay, so they voted to approve it. Okay. So they're introducing it. Okay. Now they have to decide if they're going to suspend the rules or if they're going to have to come back and vote on it next month. And here's the discussion about that.
To go back and to shop around, since 1973, that's a problem. We have not looked at this since 1973. A lot has changed.
Okay, but to the flip side of that, Brandon, if we haven't did this since 1973, then what's the hustle? If this wasn't a major problem for the last 50 years, what is another 30 days?
Our factories are gone. Our population is down. Ball State is 10 times bigger. We have one high school. We're fighting a losing battle of, population declining and trying to build our infrastructure back up. And this is a big part to help us build it back up, especially on the south side of town. And I think we don't think lightly when we suspend the rules, but I think this is something that we can, get this 10-month process rolling to help. That's just all I wanted to say. I kind of want to clarify for everybody that in my background, this is the right thing to do, not just for us, but for the city.
Mr. President.
Yes, Councilman Jordan.
I'm going to say yes. I think that these need to be updated. No doubt. There's no doubt that needs to be done, and for all the reasons that Mr. Garrett just talked about. But and I know, especially Jim, Kylene, you're experts in this. I am not, but I don't like the idea of just one more month just to kind of see what else is out there and make sure that makes sense, compared to some other cities. That would be my only reservation.
Respectfully, Councilperson Gullion, I think 3 days, nothing's going to change. And the committee has worked so hard on it. Why wait 30 more days to get the ball rolling? I think it's imperative. These changes should have been done a long time ago. No blame. I'm not causing any blame. They would have benefited the city tremendously. And I think if we wait 30 days, another month, nothing will change. We will be reading the same amendment, or is it? What is it? Ordinance.
An ordinance.
Will
that's
still
what
come up here and
we
say the
do.
same
That's
thing that
how what
encourages us.
being on the council
So
is.
I think it would benefit the city as a whole if we suspend the rules. Respectfully.
Yes.
To add my 2 cents, yes, I think that these things should be done. No, I don't feel like we should suspend the rules. You said, why would we wait? We will wait because the public was not made aware that we were acting on this tonight.
Ding, 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 ding. I hate when they make Nora right. I mean, I just absolutely hate it. Nobody knew that this was the final discussion. You know what? Probably nobody gives a damn. But if there's one person out there that wants to come and talk about this that didn't know they were going to be doing this, then they must wait for the possibility of that one person, period. Now, I was happy going into this vote because in order to suspend the rules, it has to be a unanimous vote, and I knew there was no way they were getting a unanimous vote, so it didn't matter, but
so there might be people who want to make comment or have input on the changes that we would be voting on. So I don't think it's good to not give people the opportunity to speak up. And especially since we were told there's no pressing issue that would require this to be acted on tonight. So
they ask and ask and ask, and they said, no, there was nothing major for tonight. So, okay, well, then we'll wait.
That's where my vote will come from regarding the suspension of rules.
I do have a question. I will start with Commissioner Brand, if you could answer my question. So when you were in the meetings, you had experts there, right? And then when you were in the meetings, were those meetings open to the public? Or
so this came up.
So this pisses me off about Roe, and I'm going to have to talk to her about this. She's wanting to try to use we let the public be there, long ago. Listen to what Brand says.
Planning Commission meeting as well, and I would like to inform the council that it received a 9-0 favorable recommendation at the Planning Commission as well. But the meetings that the committee had were not necessarily public.
No. Let's not mince words, Brand. It wasn't not necessarily. Dude, Was it open to the public or not? I hate when he does this shit. Were they open to the public or were they not? And he says, well, no, they weren't necessarily. Means no, they weren't.
Thank you.
Yep.
Okay, anybody else? There's been a motion made and seconded that we suspend the rules for ordinance 25-24. 24-25. Voice vote.
Voice vote.
Okay. All in favor of suspending the rules signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed?
Aye.
All right, ding, ding, ding. It's not anonymous, so now they didn't know who was who, so they have to do the vote again.
We need to do a show of hands.
Roll call. Okay.
Okay. All in favor signify by raising your hand.
So, looky Christmas cookie. Republican Jeff Green. Republican Dale Basham. Republican Brandon Garrett. Republican Rose Selvey. Republican Jerry Dishman. Democrats against it are Sarah Mason McIntosh and Nora. Oh, wait. Jerry's a Democrat still. Never mind. Jerry's a Democrat, but he's against it. He's with the Republicans on this one. Stay tuned.
All opposed?
And then, of course, the 3 Democrats are opposed. It's crazy to me that we could start out a council with 6 Democrats and 3 Republicans, and with no elections happening, we can then switch to 3 Democrats and 6 Republicans. Is wild to me. So that's that. The rest of the council meeting, basically nothing happens. And it's just so weird. It's just so weird. So, okay. Everyone's been asking. And I really would have rather him come on and told the tale. I don't think it's my place to say it. But I've given him the option to come on and to say his piece. And I've given him the option to come on and talk about why he switched or whatever, and he's chose not to. So I guess I'm going to tell you what I know, what I've heard from others, and what I've heard from his direct mouth. Now, I'm just going to tell you, and I'm not going to tell you, I'm just letting you know, I've talked to other people related to the situation, both on the Republican side of this and on the Democrat side of this. Yes, I talked to both sides. People I like, people I don't like on both sides. And I've talked to Brandon, and I've talked to literally everybody involved with this. And number one, everyone wants to say, well, on a national level, Brandon is more conservative. On a national level, Brandon is more Republican. He thinks he wants small government. Okay, great. I don't give a shit about that. We're not talking about why he's not. I'll be interested to see how he votes for, president and Senate and who he's backing for that. Brandon has been a union guy. Brandon is Southside Democrat from his own admission, lifetime, man. Brandon does not get along with Andrew Dale. Brandon does not like Andrew Dale. Brandon's family does not get along with or like Andrew Dale. Andrew Dale and Brandon's wife got into a little bit of a skirmish argument, debate back during the 2024 election cycle. And Brandon's wife didn't like it. Brandon didn't like it. I don't think Andrew Dale liked it. Andrew Dale took shots at Brandon for his vote on the opioid money. And Brandon does not like the leadership that Andrew Dale is bringing to the Democratic Party. Simply put, and now this is where I'm going to say not just Brandon, but others that are leaving, others that are considering leaving, people that I've heard that considered, but they couldn't, so they're stayed, but whatever. This is not my words. This is not my feeling. I'm free to tell you my thoughts, but this is the words of people that I've heard that are leaving or thinking about leaving. And simply put, they do not like the direction that the local Democrat Party has been taken. They feel like the local Democratic Party does not focus on local candidates and local issues. They're too busy being worried about national issues, and they're too busy being worried about state issues, and they're not focusing on how to win elections as local Democratic candidates. I've heard from several that they do not like the direction that the party has taken with the whole LGBTQ side of things, that instead of making everyone feel welcome and making it a part of everything, that they've made it the main focus, that the drive for the local Democratic Party has become a queer drive, a drive towards the queer side of the political spectrum. Everyone is not happy that among the people that I've talked about or I've heard from that have left, or the people who've wanted to leave, the people who are trying to leave, do not like the idea of the addition of Muncie Resist. They're okay with bringing everybody into the tent and everybody having a voice, but they're not okay with Muncie Resist moving in and taking over. And these are what I've heard from Brandon and from others that have switched or thinking about switching, that they just felt like the Republican Party would welcome them to do their own thing and was not pushing I've heard from a couple that said they weren't specific fans of Donald Trump, but they were told they wouldn't have to push Donald Trump. But at the Democratic side of things locally, they have been made to feel as if they had to push thought processes and actions of people that they do not agree with, and that they do not like the whole idea of the Muncie Resist and the entire LGBT community being the main focus of the Democratic Party. And again, these are not my thoughts. I mean, I can tell you my thoughts, but that's not what we're talking about here. You ask why these folks are leaving, and I don't know why. I don't know why they don't want to come out and be honest about it. They need to come out and talk about what they feel. I think they should come out and be honest about what they feel. And I think if they can't, that's chicken shit. You know, I don't understand why they wouldn't or why they can't. You know, it's wild. Sure, Tweety Bird, not listen to percent. Agree with you. Listen to me. Listen very carefully. 1,000%. There are Republicans at the high level, at the state level, and at the local level that are absolutely radicalized. Yes, I agree 1000%. That is true. That is absolutely true. I agree 1,100,000,000%. That is true. Now that I am on record saying that for the 7 billionth time, is it possible to sometimes talk about why some people don't like the direction the local parties went without having to be like, well, there were people on the Republican side too? Yes, I agree. I agree. I'm just simply telling you what some in the Democratic Party who have left or who are thinking about leaving has said. They've not been like, oh, by the way, there's also those in the Republican Party. I'm sure they know that. They're Democrats. They're deep down, they're Democrats. They know that. They know there's issues on the Republican side. I hate them all. I think there's issues on both sides. I can't stand any of them. I can't even stand the non-radicalized at this point. They're all a bunch of nonsense, brain rot having people. More to your point up there is very good. Why can't the people that we vote in be the people that like to get out in the community and get shit done? We need to start voting those people in. Your question there, I'm right with you, 100%. Those people either can't get in because it's gatekeeper politics and they're booted out because the people in power are afraid of them, or they simply say, I don't want to be involved with it because it's bullshit and I'd rather be behind the scenes and get shit done. You're 100% right. And that's true on both sides. That's true on the Republican side and the Democrat side. And the side of no sides, just being a citizen, just being a person, you are 100% correct. But I'm just telling you. And the Democrat Party is going to have to look at it. They can be mad that Ryan says it or that I say it or whatever, but they're going to have to sit down and look. Why are there people leaving? And they're going to have a talk about that. Because I'm telling you, if they can't even get the people in their party to like what they're doing, they're going to have a sore come to Jesus meeting during the next election cycle. Because if they can't even get their people to buy into what they're selling, how are they going to get the voters to do it? That's my whole thing. So, all right, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to do it for us tonight. We will be back here tomorrow. As always, I will have some information more than likely about the Delaware County the Delaware County Republican. No. See, you guys got me brain rotted too. The Delaware County Commissioners meeting. I will let you know with what's going on with the more live streaming from Randolph County or elsewhere. So I'll let you know. Hopefully I'll have answers for you. And we'll go from there. We've also got some other things. We've got records that I'm waiting on and a couple of other big things. So I'll keep you guys posted. You guys have a great evening. God bless each and every one of you. Tweety Bird, yeah, I agree. I love hearing you say that because there's crazy shit. I'm not happy with the Republican Party. I'm not happy with the Democrat Party. I'm not happy with the Libertarian Party. We got a problem with the Libertarian Party in a lot of cases. Like, we can't put up people. We can't get people to help Don or other people that are good. We can't get a third party that's worth a damn. I'm not happy with any of them. Actually had a good party. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about right there. Yes, ma'am. I agree with that. That's what matters. So, all right. Take care. God bless. See you tomorrow. Same bat time, same bat channel. We'll be right here. And until then, goodbye. What am I doing?